Political analyst Ahmad Shahidov is joining us now to discuss the Israeli war in Gaza, which has killed over 15,000 Palestinians so far. Good to see you, Ahmad.
Thank you. Thank you for having me in your program.
Now, the release of hostages and prisoners from Hamas and Israel has helped relieve some tensions, but we know this war hasn't ended yet. How are you looking at the current situation, and could this turn into a bloody war again after the latest truce expires?
First of all, releasing of hostages from both sides is very positive steps. And as a human rights defender, we welcome these steps, and we highly appreciate the efforts of mediators, including Turkey, Qatar, and other mediators between Hamas and Israel, for releasing these civilians hostages from both sides. And we also welcome the extension of the ceasefire regime in Gaza Strip for additional one more day as well. But we hope that the ceasefire will extend more and more and will become lasting peace in the region. But we received some information from media, from internet resources, that Israeli army is preparing new military operations in Gaza, and the new and bloody war will continue after this ceasefire. And of course, it is very negative news, because state of Israel aims to completely destroy Hamas and take control over all Gaza region and make Gaza Strip something like conflict zones, and make the Palestinian people to leave their homes finally. So that's why we hope the mediator countries such as Turkey, Qatar, and other countries will continue the efforts to negotiation with Hamas and Israel to extend the ceasefire, because during this ceasefire regime, Israeli army prepares new plans for attacking the Palestinian lands for Hamas and other regions. So it worries us more and more. So I think that this ceasefire regime, this releasing of hostages, is a very positive step. But we hope and we believe that these negotiations will continue, and finally the war and conflict will stop, and something peace deal will launched in this region. Also, we refer to international law, international legislation, and we support two-state to continue in the region. We support the state of Palestine to be independent and to be recognized by the international community. And we call all international community to recognize the independence of the state of Palestine.
Now, Qatar has successfully played a major role in securing these humanitarian truces. According to your analysis, what do these conversations involve? What are negotiators looking for when engaging with Israel and Hamas? And how difficult is it to actually convince both sides simultaneously?
It's a very difficult process. And to be honest, Qatar is very significant and one of the key countries in this process, because Qatar is one of the Arab countries that has very good relations with Hamas, with Palestine, also has very strategic contacts with United States of America. So it makes Qatar's efforts very effective in this negotiation process. And thanks to Qatar's efforts, and also thanks to Turkey's mediating role in this process, Qatar has achieved to sign the ceasefire agreement between Hamas and Israel, and the extension of the ceasefire regime one day more is also very positive step towards the lasting peace in the Middle East. And I hope that Qatar will continue its efforts in this process and will never begin the new war in the Middle East. Qatar has enough mediation efforts and mediation possibilities in this process, and it's a very difficult process, as I mentioned before. And I hope that I think that Qatar made its best with the support of Turkey and other Muslim countries and negotiated with Hamas and Israel, finally achieved this ceasefire agreement and the ceasefire regime. But we believe that after Thursday, when the ceasefire will expire, the bloody war will not begin. And before the finishing the ceasefire, the new ceasefire agreement will agreed between Hamas and Israel. And I think that Qatar, Turkey, and other countries will mobilize their efforts in this mediation process. But once again, it's a very difficult process because Israel army, state of Israel, aim to completely destroy Hamas, completely occupy this Gaza Strip. And if we look to recent statements of Israeli Prime Minister, Minister of Defense, it is very clear that Israeli army preparing new and very strong military operations in Gaza Strip. And in general, the plan of Israel is to take control completely. And Hamas attack on October 7th is somehow the chance for Israel to completely take control all these territories and make the Palestinian people to leave their homes. And so far, 15,000 Palestinians were killed, civilians were killed in Gaza Strip from October 7th Israeli army military operation. So I think that Israel aims to completely clean this area and create somehow the buffer zone for Israeli security, for Israeli safe border. So that's why not only Qatar, not only Turkey, all international community have mobilized their efforts and push United States of America, push the Israel state to extend this ceasefire regime and have dialogue, launch dialogue between state of Palestine, between Hamas, and to have long-lasting peace in Middle East. Because the efforts of Qatar is not enough for getting peace in Middle East. Qatar, Turkey, they can together achieve very short time ceasefire, but not lasting peace. All international community, all Turkey and Islamic countries have to mobilize their efforts and to have international conference or any mediation process mechanism to push Israel army to stop this genocide in Gaza, to stop these military operations, and after ceasefire expires tomorrow, not to start new war, new military operations against Palestinian people, against Hamas. So I think international community is still silent. Unfortunately, we don't observe any effective international mechanism on this process. Only separate countries, only Turkey, only Qatar, only other separate Muslim countries express their will to mediate in this process and openly criticize the genocide made by Israel in Palestine So I think international community is very weak in this process. And last month, when I was in New York in UN headquarters, observed and watched the hearings on this issue in United Nations. Almost 120 countries voted for ceasefire and peace in Middle East, but United States of America, Great Britain, other Western countries, they voted for continue these military operations and openly supported Israel in this conflict. It means that international community, international mechanism is not enough to stop this brutality in Middle East. But anyway, the ordinary people, the Muslim communities in all world, especially in United States of America, in Europe, they have to continue these protest actions and raise their voices for supporting the rights of Palestinian people, and they have to condemn this brutality in Middle East. I think that these public actions, these rallies against this brutality will somehow impact the state policy of United States of America, other Western countries, even the state of Israel as well.
Now, reports suggest hate crimes are growing across the world against Muslims. We've seen police violence against Palestinian demonstrators in places like London and Paris, and just recently, 3 students were shot on a university campus in the United States. You have been visiting the United States recently, so what is actually fueling all of this hatred when Muslims are the ones being oppressed in the first place?
It's not the new problem. It's the fundamental problem of Western countries where the Islamophobia, where the discrimination against the Muslims going many, many years. And when we attend meetings, human rights conferences in OSCE, in Council of Europe, we raise this issue. We condemn and we criticize the discrimination against the Muslim communities in Western countries. But there are the clear double standard in Western world, in Western countries, especially in United States of America, in UK, and even in very small European countries. When any Muslim people go to protest, go to rally, or in their daily life, if they are the Muslim, they face these double standards, not only from police, not only from governmental bodies, even from the ordinary Christian people. So it's, how to say, the problem inside the Western societies, Western communities, Western countries. So also it impacts in police brutality in United States of America, in other Western countries, and this brutality towards the Muslim people, Muslim young people. And so it is the real face of Western world, the real face of Western countries. They don't tolerate against the Muslim traditions, against these Islamic religions and the people who belongs to Islam. So this is the real face of Western countries. It's how to say, the tradition, so-called tradition in those countries, they never tolerate to Muslim people. So that's why it's many years that the rights of those people, those Muslim communities, are violated gradually in every step of their lives, daily lives. So there is no any implementation of international laws, international norms, and those countries, including United States of America, UK, European countries, who declare themselves like democratic countries, they violate the rights of Muslim people, Muslim communities the first. So that's why when someone talks about the anti-Semitism, we should not forget about the Islamophobia. We should not forget the violation of rights of Muslim communities in Western countries. But unfortunately, in those international organizations, the European diplomats, they only talk about the anti-Semitism, but they close their eyes to violation of rights of Muslim people in Western countries. So this is the next manifestation of double standards in Western countries. And in United States of America, in Great Britain, in other European countries, even the fundamental rights of Muslim people are not expressed, are not implemented, and the rights of Muslim communities for relief, for rallies, for expressing their rights are violated in daily life.
Ahmad Shahidov, thank you for your analysis.
Thank you so much.
Let's continue with our news.